we're having cozy vibes. We got the questions out, sipping on nice hot coffee, and just running through everything, all the things. And yeah, we can just get ready for what 2025 is going to look like after you guys get to know me from the way I answer these questions or whatever. So what inspired you to start your YouTube channel? So for me, I've always had a passion for helping people do things and just kind of like helping people see their own potential and their own growth. And I've always been a person that's like, I'm plugged into YouTube all the time. Like all day I'm watching all the different people that I'm subscribed to, and I'm like looking at their backgrounds and looking at their different like techniques, and are they zooming in, are they zooming out, like all the creative aspects of it. I think that being able to combine the idea of being creative with the idea of being able to help people is what makes me want to do it. Made me want to launch the channel. But I think another really cool thing is that I've always said that my calling is to be heard. Now, that can go really, really deep, or it can not hit that deep. But I think that at the end of the day, it's really important for a person to feel like their voice truly matters. And for me, a part of being heard is my voice mattering, like people listening to me and hearing what I have to say. I'm not going to say that I was ever like put in this position where like I can't speak up for myself, or like I don't know, it's nothing like deep like that. It's just a matter of just like wanting to be heard, whether that be via radio station, radio personality, talk show host, producer, writer, just anything that's like you can be heard through different I want to say levels. You can be heard through different avenues, through different, what is the word, not volumes. You can be heard through you can be heard in different ways. Like being heard is more than just like physically hearing your voice. I feel like that it runs a whole lot deeper than what we think. But at the end of the day, I think my calling is to be heard, and that is why I'm on YouTube, because I have a story to tell, I have people to help, and I have resources to give people that are looking for them. So yeah, at the end of the day, the reason I started my YouTube channel is because I have a passion for helping people, and I feel like my calling is to be heard. The next question is, what's one thing most people don't know about you? So I've traveled to over 30 different states. During the time I was working to train other like managers on the science of selling. I think that's a cool thing. For a long time, people never really, I don't know what people thought I did, but it would be so strange to me when people would wonder like if I had a job, or if I had to answer the questions like, what do you do for work? It's like you don't think I work? It just looked like I was always on vacation. So like I was always posting like airplanes, and my little motto was like skylines, wings, and window seats, and like giving you the best views from wherever I'm at. It just always looked like I was like out having fun, like riding floaties in the pools in Tempe, Arizona. It's like, what does she do for work? Like she literally is on the road all the time. But that was literally it. I was traveling around from different states and different properties and training leasing managers on one, how to train their teams, and teaching the teams the science of sales. So that's something that I'm really, really passionate about, and you'll probably hear more about that while you guys are on this channel to some extent or at some point. But yes, that's it. And then I think another fun fact is that I was actually diagnosed with ADHD when I was in college. So being an entrepreneur and I guess balancing that type of diagnoses is very interesting to me. I don't really identify with it 100%, maybe like 85%. But for the most part, it's been a very interesting journey to be able to navigate through, knowing that that's something that, you know, a lot of people struggle with silently. So I am actually a proud adult with ADHD, and I think I handle it very well. Next question. Let's see. Number 3. Ooh. What is your favorite part of being an entrepreneur? So I would say my favorite part about being an entrepreneur is the fact that I have 100% control over my time. My time is my freedom, and I feel like I have control over it. So like the ability to just know that I don't have to like requests off, and nothing was wrong with this when I was doing it, but just to know that if I don't want to do something, I don't have to do it, and I also don't have to ask anybody else to approve for me to go on vacation or do this, whatever it is I want to do. So the time freedom is probably one of my favorite things. And then the fact that I can wear whatever I want, like I don't have to, when I'm working from home anyway, I feel like you can wear whatever you want. You literally just, I don't know what y'all do, but what I was doing was dressing from the top up, and just making sure I look good for what I had when I had to be on the camera. But I really do admire the fact that I can wear more comfortable clothes, because the line of work that I've chose doesn't require me to have to put it on all the time. But when I'm going and I'm shaking hands and I'm at conferences, that's a whole nother story. But when I'm literally just going to my office or working from my home office, or even being in the field during the busy season, I don't have to wear any, I can literally put on all of my company shirts are branded, Nike branded collar shirts with Nike shorts, the ladies' Nike shorts that you wear. That's literally what I consider my uniform, and a comfortable pair of sneakers. So that's probably my favorite thing: time control and wardrobe control. Because I don't need a dress code. It doesn't work for me. Question number 4. What has been the biggest challenge in your entrepreneurship journey? For this one, it's just balancing everything. I think that knowing what to prioritize, when to prioritize it, and how to prioritize it is important. But I also think that there's this strange place between when you're handling clients, how you communicate. You have to really know when to scale back, when to not reply, when to reply, how to reply. You really have to have a level of emotional intelligence when it comes to interacting with other people, being a leader. All of those things are really, really interesting concepts that you have to low-key kind of master, in addition to still being able to balance family, relationships, friends, and other responsibilities that just come with just being human in the United States, doctor's appointments, personal things. It's just a lot to balance. And to be honest, I feel like it would be very difficult if I didn't have the team that I have in place to kind of help me and make sure I'm comfortable with the things that I do delegate off, knowing that they're going to get done. I think that's the most important piece. So balancing all the things is probably one of the more complicated pieces. But once you're able to balance and delegate, it doesn't really become a problem. It actually solves itself. So there's another train. Don't we love those? Y'all, I can't wait to move. Mind you, my entire house is packed up, which is why I'm sitting here right now. Normally I would be in my little corner. We'll wait for the train. Hopefully this one's short. What's the next question? I like this one. Yeah, but we're in the process of buying our house, and our closing date, we were actually supposed to close today, believe it or not. But the closing date got pushed back. This is the second time it got pushed back. But at this point, life goes on. We are still just going to be diligent, and we're not going to surround our heads around it. I really wish that we didn't pack the whole entire house up before we actually got done closing. But apparently this is a part of the process. No one told me this though. But we are prepared. We are ready. It's not even there's a paperwork issue. We are at the finish line, 1 yard, 1 yard away. Anyway, that's a story for another day. I got so many stories for y'all. Y'all are gonna love it here, I promise. Just stick with me. Okay, number 5. How do you stay motivated on tough days? So for me, I literally will tune the entire world out to stay motivated. One, when I'm having a tough day, 9 times out of 10, I probably just need to be by myself. It's really a very easy cure to my tough days, because they don't really last long. But when they do happen, it's probably because I need some time alone, or I might be a little overwhelmed or overstimulated or something like that. But what I do to just kind of balance myself out is tune the rest of the world out, play some music that I can really vibe to. Some of my favorite artists would be J. Cole, Black. I like Tyler, the Creator, and just artists that are kind of in that realm of I don't know, music. It's a little different. So it's not always the club bangers or the stuff you're gonna hear on the radio. It's the Take Care album. I'll put on Drake Take Care and play that from start to finish 3 times back to back. And I would have a great day, getting away. You know how it's you can tell you really, really mess with a song when you really mess with that album when you play it and you know what song come up next, because like it's like you're singing the album. Like you just know it, like subconsciously you just going and flowing and flowing, you know all the words. And that's just kind of how I feel. So it's certain albums that I can literally listen to front to back multiple times on repeat, and those are the things that kind of get me through those tough moments. And then other times I'll sprinkle some gospel in there. Like I do need to hear good gospel music every now and then, just to kind of like recenter myself and just make myself feel a whole lot better. That does wonders for me. And I like hearing my music at a very loud, like a high level. I need it to sound like I'm walking into a club. So if that means putting my headphones in or really blasting my music, granted, sorry to my neighbors, but like I'll do that. But that's just another reason why I invest in like gadgets, like headphones. Like I probably have, I don't know, I really want to go to Best Buy and get those new Apple headphones. I might get those before the end of the year and write it off as a business expense, because we do need to have headphones in the office for when we're calling clients. So I like to listen to music loud. Like my music has to be loud. So that's that. Let's see the next question. Ooh, I like this one. Number 6. We're halfway through, y'all. This will make for good watch hours too if y'all are still hanging with me. Sip your coffee. Let's do a little toasty toast. Cheers to the Batman cups out there. Number 6, it says, if you weren't an entrepreneur, what would you be doing? If I were not an entrepreneur right now, I would probably still be in corporate America doing what I love to do. I would probably still be in the same industry that I serve as an entrepreneur, which is the industry I was in before I was an entrepreneur. I just swapped sides. Instead of being on that side, I am now the client of I basically made my boss my client, if that makes sense. That's a crazy way to put it. Yeah. My boss is paying me for different things now. So if I were an entrepreneur, I would still be doing that and just getting paid for different reasons. But I like that. I might do something with how I made my boss my client. That sounds a little like, I don't know. But technically, I'll find a way to make that work. But yeah, I would probably be still doing the same thing I was doing before, because again, I love what I did. I'm still very passionate about it. I still get to talk about it. I still get to it's like I'm still in it. So, and I loved it. So I would probably still be doing that. Or I would host a talk show, host a podcast, do this, exactly what I'm doing now, like having more time freedom to do more creative things like this. I wouldn't be surprised if I was like producing music or TV shows, writing scripts. My best friends and I started a pilot episode for a Netflix series or just a TV series that we're going to pitch one day. And so that just makes for good use of some free time. That would actually be a cool question too, when it comes to what I like to do in my free time, like creative things. So there's just a bunch of anything creative, writing. It's just everything, y'all. I just like doing things that are creative. So, and teaching people is one of my passions. I have literally trained and taught for the past 14 years of my life. Why would I stop now? I love it here. This is what I like to do. But yeah, let my boyfriend tell it. He'll be like, you are so impatient. You just da-da-da. And I'm like, no, you get a different version of me because you see me every single day. So I'm just a little more like, when it comes to you. But am I blushing? Okay, let's stop. All right, next question, number 7. Oh, okay, so kind of sort of where we were going with this. What's a hobby or activity you enjoy outside of work? I enjoy traveling. I enjoy eating new foods. And depending on the day or like the time of the year, you can probably find me like wanting to like ride through the expensive neighborhoods where like the mansions are and just like admiring all the like architecture, the landscapes and stuff like that, especially during the holidays. Like now, I would love to just ride through like Lindell. I don't know where I'm from in St. Louis, Missouri. We have a main road. It's called Lindell Avenue. And that's where like all the old money. It's like a long street of like nothing but like mansion houses. Like those types of neighborhoods like that are here, neighborhoods that are here in Atlanta as well. Buckhead area, like all up and through there, where it's just kind of like ducked off, and like driving through those neighborhoods and seeing like how their Christmas lights are, and like y'all got money if y'all literally lighten up the whole yard. Like I'm amazed by that. And that's the thing too, I'm very much fascinated by lights. Like I can go in IKEA and literally fall in love with the lights. Like if I was to turn the camera around right now, like I have these string lights in here. I got lights everywhere. I have really cool like bedside lamps that look funky. Like it's just, I have this weird, one day I'll do a video on for the lifestyle stuff, showing y'all like all of my light collection, because it get crazy over here. But yeah, so ride through neighborhoods and looking at fancy houses and looking at the lights and stuff like that is probably something that's just a little bit like, this is I don't even want to say odd. It's just something that I enjoy doing, that I don't know if I would ask anybody else, like besides my boyfriend, because he enjoys it too. But you know how you have like those things that like probably only you like. So it's like, if somebody says y'all want to do this, it's like y'all don't know what I want to do, because I can go to the park and sit and feed ducks for 3 hours and be okay. But if y'all want to go take shots at a bar, we can do that too, I guess. Number 8, what's your motto or mantra? Is it mantra or mantra? I think it's mantra. I have a mantra band. We'll talk about that too. My ADHD is What's your motto or mantra in life? Obviously, on my channel, at the end of most of my videos, I'm always encouraging everybody to stay committed to their growth, because I think that it's important for us to acknowledge that is something we all want to do, is grow, whether that be financially, professionally, spiritually. Whatever staying committed to your growth looks like. It can even be physically. I don't know, maybe we might want to get some more muscles or a couple of more inches. Like some of us have different ideas of what growth is. And I think that staying committed to your growth is just one of those things that I always want to, if I'm ever pushing a message, I want that to be what, if you don't walk away remembering anything that I say, except for one thing, I want that to be the thing that you remember, which is stay committed to your growth, period. And whatever your growth looks like, that is your growth. This is your journey. You pick it. You choose it. You literally have, we ain't even got to go into all of it, but you have all of the power to make those types of decisions. So that's one mantra. And then the last one, I have 2. I should say I have 3, but I have 2. I just wear one every day. The last one is more like a reminder, I guess, like a quote. And it is, people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. The reason I like that is because a lot of times we walk around and we think that because we know so many things that is what is going to get people to be attracted to us. But that is one of the easiest ways to make people not attracted to you. And people are more so drawn to those who actually care, that they can see that they care. And when you put those two phrases together, that people don't care about what you know until they know how much you care, it's just like, yeah, it makes you want to put a little bit more of an intentional effort to show you care versus show what you know. So that's one that I really like. And then the last one, this one just says, embrace your journey. It's a ring. I don't know if you can see it. So the woman that hired me in my last corporate role, my last role in general, gifted this. I think she got herself one too. It's a necklace. You can wear it as a necklace, you can wear it as a ring. I think hers might say something different, but she was one of I don't know if I just met her at the right time, or if she, getting in front of her at that season of my life was just a really pivotal point for me, because, and I don't even know if she knows this. She might know if she watches this video. So Ashley, if you get this far down in the video, this is for you. This is definitely what I'm talking about. I still wear my ring every day, but for a very long time, I identified as Tei at all of my jobs. I just always identified as Tei because my first name is just so hard to pronounce and people don't ever get it right, and people always have questions is that a boy? Hey, Mr. Jameson or Mr. Javante, Ashley was one of the first bosses to just kind of really make me look at myself in a different way and own who I was. So the reason I say that is because she called me by my first name. The moment she called me by my first name, I think she asked me what I wanted to be called, and I said Tei. Well, she said Javante, and I was like, or you can say Tei if it's easier. And she said something along the terms of no, if your name is Javante, I'm going to call you your name. In other words, don't accept other people calling you a nickname because it's easier. Own it. That's your name. So you demand that respect. No, call me Javante. And from that moment forward, I think for just my professional career in general, there was probably the first year, and mind you, at this point in my professional life, this was year 11 out of 13 years. So 11 years of my professional life, I let people call me Tay. Year 11 was when I stopped going by Tay and I started going by Javante. But if you knew me prior to knowing that I'm going by Javante, you would still call me Tay, obviously. But if we're on a call or anything like that, then it was just automatically just like Javante. But I said that to say that I never truly identified with my name, my first name, until I was placed in a position to feel empowered by my name. And from that moment forward, it was just like, no, like when I introduce myself, I say my name is Javante. I don't even really introduce myself as Tay anymore. I can be calling a pizza or something somewhere, and when they say, what's your name? I say Javante. Javante. Proud Javante. But yeah, shout out to Ashley Elise. She was the dopest boss ever. I've had a lot of great bosses. Ashley was probably one of the most significant though in my more recent years, just because it was just a very pivotal point in my life. So Ashley was dope. She still is. Shout out to you, Ashley. All right, next question. Ooh, all of this is just like pouring into its own order. So this one says, what's one thing you're really proud of but rarely talk about? So I had to write my notes on this one. So what I wrote was, honestly, I'm proud of how I've overcome the phase of dimming my light and have begun staying true to myself more. It took a long time for me to accept that I'm a very unique person with very different values that don't align with the majority, and that it's okay. So that was really it. Similar to me identifying with my first name, which is Javante, being able to realize that I think very differently. I value things that some people don't value. There's some things that people value that I don't value, and realizing that it's okay to be different. And I think that was a part of me, like really honing in on who I am and loving myself because I'm unique. I'm leading with that. Like, none of us are the same, and if we were, the world would just be a very boring place. Like that question a whole lot. Let's see what else we got here. We got 2 more, or maybe like 3 more. And not to just scurry past that one either. Like, if you are a person who feels like you are dimming your light to make other people comfortable, whether that be family, friends, acquaintances at work, or anything like that, this is a sign for you to really sit back and reevaluate how you feel about yourself. Because if you truly love yourself, you're not going to let anybody make you feel like you need to dim your light or dumb yourself down to fit into a category or fit into a group or fit into anything. Take all the parameters off. Be exactly who you are. Be unapologetic. Be respectful. Be nice. Be kind. But be who you are and be you, because no one else in this world can do it the way you do it. So be humble about it, but take pride in the fact that can't nobody do it like you. They can try, but they're never going to get it right. Not down to an exact science anyway. So just keep that in mind. Next, number 10. We got 3 more questions after this. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I would like to live anywhere that has a beachfront city with a balance of like city vibes, where I can like work real hard, but then also get like some relaxation in. So Tampa would be one of those places where like I feel like I can get the hustle and bustle, but then also kind of chill. But this year was the first year I visited Tampa, and I want to say I went like maybe 4 or 5 times, and I still just don't feel like it's diverse enough for me. So while I love Tampa, it just wasn't black enough. Not the areas. And I mean, I was downtown Tampa, and I know that every place has its like areas, but when you live in Atlanta and black is like what's popping, the only thing Atlanta is missing is a casino and a beach. If we had those 2 things, I would be so happy. But you kind of gotta like take what you can and also be grateful, because maybe it's the reason we probably don't need either or, to be completely honest. Because if Atlanta was Miami, if Miami was like Atlanta, I like it here though. Atlanta's cool. But yeah, I would definitely say someplace like any place where I can do like the hustle and bustle and still like just have a balance, a good balance. St. Martin was lit. We went to St. Martin. That was my last trip in September. That trip was the best trip I have ever taken. We went for 7 days, and I actually asked them like what I had to do to apply for a job. I got the information for how you can get your what's that thing called when you can go live somewhere temporarily? I can't remember the name of it. The visa? Not a visa. What is it called? Y'all can't remember. I forget the word, but it's the thing that you apply for to be able to, I just want to say registry so bad, but that's not it. And it's really gonna like tick me off that I can't remember it. It is the Visa? No, it's not a visa. Okay, I can't remember. But that thing, you apply for it, and I think you get it for like 6 months or a year or whatever to be able to get paid in that state. But yeah, or you can do like volunteer work and volunteer like the government building and all that stuff. So I was like really looking at it because I'm like, babe, like, you know, the type of work that we're in, where our summers start when like at the beginning of fall. So how most people get like summer break, during the summer, I'm like head over heels, like I'm literally underwater. Like I can't do anything. I can't really participate in any functions. And then as soon as my like peak season is over, I'm literally off for like 6 months, and I'm sitting here like, okay, what should I do? So it's like September, October, November, December, trips. It's cool, but like it would be more cool if like everybody could come. We'll get there eventually. One day, hopefully I can just like retire all of my friends and all of my family, and then we just like go on like major trips all year round. Next question is, what's one guilty pleasure you can't live without? I don't even want to say this, but I put gambling. And the reason I said it is because, to be honest, it's not even like I can't live without it, but it is something that I do that I'm guilty about. Like it makes me kind of feel a little convicted, because it's like part of you knows like you probably shouldn't be doing this. And it's probably a great thing that we don't have a casino in Atlanta, because I enjoy the thrill, the adrenaline rush, just like the action of taking the risk at the table. Like it's a vibe. I like the atmosphere. I don't really care too much about the smoking ones though. Maybe I don't really care too much about the casinos where they smoke, but I enjoy playing games like baccarat. I like blackjack. I like there was one that we had just started playing this year, which is why we went to Tampa so many times. Well, we had work in Tampa too. Like the casino in Tampa, that one was really nice. But the crazy thing is, I can't play spades to save my life. Like I am the reneged queen of spades. So you probably don't want me to be your partner. Don't ask. But I said for the love of Spade, my late dog, who we've had for 13 years, rest in peace, Spade. We have honestly at this point only been without her for 6 weeks, and this has been the most dramatic change in my entire existence. To go from having my dog from 2011 up until now, yeah, it's been really strange. And I keep looking over there because I have a picture of her in the window. But for the love of Spade, I'm going to learn, I'm going to catch it, and then I'm going to meet one of y'all at the tables, and we going to play spades. Number 12, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? This is going to be a toss-up between potatoes and salad. Not potato salad, because I'm straight on the potato salad, but I love potatoes. And I pick salad because I'm like, if it's something I got to eat for the rest of my life, it at least needs to be like healthy. And at least with both of those, you can kind of like switch up the toppings. So I just play it safe and have my carbs, but then also have my greens. And just kind of like, you know. But if they say you can't fluff them up or you can't like add stuff to it, that'll be a little bit much for me. I might not be able to make a selection. I love comfort food. So sauce me up, cheese me. Get chills just thinking about it. All right, and then last but not least, what is a quote or a piece of advice that has stuck with you? I had to write this one because I'm like, this one, you gotta feel this now. You gotta, y'all put your boots on. This is the last one. We going out with a bang. So, done is better than perfect. It's a game changer for someone like me who used to overthink everything. Progress is way more, going out with a bang. Progress is way more important than perfection. And I pray to God that y'all can still hear me over this train, being that I have this microphone. But just in case you can't, I'm going to say it again. Done is better than perfect. It's a game changer for someone like me who used to overthink everything. Progress is way more important than perfection. So, done is better than perfect. We're going to leave it at that. This video is probably not perfect, but guess what? It's done. And to be honest, I don't even think I need to cut anything out. I probably should, just to like save time, but the real ones that are still here at this point in the video, y'all are making it worth it. So thank you for watching. I really hope that this video kind of gave you a little bit more, I guess, like exposure to me. I get off the subject a lot when I don't really have like my outline that I know that of the topics that I need to hit. But for the most part, I don't even know if I don't even know if I really want to edit this. Like I might just let this one run through. This was a really fun time. I hope y'all enjoyed. No real call to action except for if you like what you saw and you haven't subscribed yet, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think, do I have an outro? Yeah, but it's just stay committed to your growth. That's it. Stay committed to your growth. Done is better than perfect. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.